Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a function using QTP. But in the beginning you have to know why you're going to create function. Function, that means reusable action. Like in the left side, if you see a lot of test flow, action 1, action 2, action 3, action 4, different action. Each action is one script. If I want to create if I want to use this action again, or some other people want to use this action again, so I need a reusable action. So reusable action means a function. So I'm going to show you how to create function from the script. First, I'm going to open my application. So I make this comment, Control M. And then I'm going to write a syntax to open my application. Is that system util dot run, and I have to give the path, I have to give the address of my application, whatever the application I want to open by QTP. So this is the application flight I'm going to open by QTP, so I need the address of this application. So you see the target, this is the address. So I'm going to copy, so Control C, and I'm going to paste here, so Control V. So this is the address of the application, and QTP gonna run it from my computer. Okay, let's run it. So my application is open. Now I'm gonna record from here. Make sure you have Windows application selected and record and run test on any open window based application. And activate, before activate, make sure your cursor in line number here 3, or now my cursor is line number 1. So if I record something, it's gonna create in here. I don't want to create in line number 1, I want to create from line number 3 because it's the next step. So I'm going to create here first, and then I'm going to activate my application. So my application is activated. Now I'm going to insert username. So the username, any name you can insert as the Azure name, any name. Password going to be Mercury, M-E-R-C-U-R-Y, Mercury, and click on OK. And flight reservation application is opening after login. So this is open. So let's divide it. This line number 2 is for opening my application, and line number 4, 5, 6, 7 is for login purpose. So I gonna mention login application. I make this comment, Control M. So anyone gonna see my script, they will understand, okay, this line number 2 is for open application, line number 4, 5, and 6 and 7 to log in the application, and line number after line number 8 is gonna be for something else. I know what's gonna be is create order, and make this comment, Control M. So after line number 8 from line number 9 is gonna be for create order. So I'm going to activate my application. I'm going to insert the date. Make sure the date should be always advanced date from today. So not going to be today, it's going to be tomorrow or next week or next month or next year or something like that, but not today. So date, the first one is going to be month is MM. That means I have to insert 06 or 07 or 08. So now is I'm going to insert 07 advance, and the date is going to be DD. So I'm going to insert like 15, and then is YUY, that means year. I cannot insert 2015, I have to insert only 15 or 16 or 17. So 15, and then I'm gonna select the city fly from, and from this drop down I'm gonna select another city, and then I'm gonna click on flight. After that, it's giving me option which flight I want to take. I don't want to select anyone, whatever that by default the first one. Click on OK. And name, I have to insert the name, whatever the name, passenger's name. So Tommy, you can insert any name, and insert order. So I just create a flight order. After this order, until here, this is a create an order. And then after that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create empty order and make this comment. So after this line, I'm gonna make empty using this icon. If I click on this icon and then whatever the information I insert, everything gonna be empty. Everything is empty. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close the application after that. So another one is close application, Control M. I'm gonna activate my application and then close it and stop recording. So you're gonna see that I created one script, but it has a lot of different part. And first one is open application, second one is login application, third one is create order, and fourth one is create empty order, and fifth one is close application. So I want to create 5 different functions. So 5 different functions I want to create in function library. So we create script in a test, this test, and we create function in function library. So where is the function library? Here, new drop down. You see the drop down, and I have to click on function library. So my function library is opening. So function library is open, or it doesn't matter what's the name come here, library 3, library 4, whatever. I'm gonna copy whole thing, Control C, and then I'm gonna paste in here, Control V. Everything is copy and paste. Now I'm gonna create 5 functions inside the function library. My first function gonna be open application. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write function, and I'm gonna give a name. Okay, if I put space, this automatically is gonna give me end function automatically. Okay, and I can give function name. You see, every time I put a space, it's give me one more end function. Okay, this end function I don't need that. It's extra. So if I put space again, it's gonna be another end function. Look, if I insert space, I can give function name open, and then whole end function I select, I click, and I put in here, and my script in the beginning of, in the middle of function and end function. And in this script I'm gonna click on tab in the keyboard, tab. So it's gonna be a little bit behind. So function and function in my script here, and function name open. So this is the way you can create a function. You have to write function, you have to write end function in the bottom of the script, and you have to give the function name. Let's create the second one. Look, line number 6, I'm gonna write again function. I'm gonna hit space, and after I hit space, it's giving you a arrow sign here, so you can put your end function in the bottom. How? I don't click any place. I just using my keyboard arrow sign, bottom arrow. I'm going bottom. Look, one bottom, one bottom, one bottom, bottom, bottom. Now in the right place. So my function in the top, my end function in the bottom of my script. So I have the script 4 lines. I want to give the name. You see, I want to give name is login. Done. And make sure, please make sure this, whatever the function name you're gonna give, you're gonna write it down somewhere, because it's case sensitive. If you write open like that, like all lowercase or L uppercase or all uppercase, whatever you're gonna give the name, you have to remember the name. So make sure you're gonna write it down in paper, you see you need it later. Exactly the same way you have written here function name is case sensitive. Okay, I'm gonna create another function, the create order. Look here, I'm gonna write function, and I hit space. Now I'm gonna use my keyboard bottom arrow down, going down. You see, end function I'm gonna put in end of my script. Right now is good. So this whole script for create an order, right? And here I have to give the name. So name I give create underscore order. You can give underscore or you can write both together, but you cannot give space between that. It's gonna take it, but in the future it's gonna be problem if you give any space. So better write together or give underscore. Alright, now I'm gonna create another function. Look at that, another function is create empty order. So I'm gonna write again function, I'm gonna hit space. Look, end function is there. Now I need to put the end function after line number 32, right? Because I have 31 and 32 my script, right, for this function. So I'm gonna hit the arrow button in my keyboard, bottom arrow, like it's bottom arrow button. Now it's perfect place. Now I'm gonna give the function name is the empty order. Empty order. I need one more function to close the application, right? So I'm gonna write again function, and I'm gonna hit space, and function is created. I'm gonna use my keyboard bottom arrow. Good. Now I'm gonna give the name close underscore app, close application. So my functions are created. Close application 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 functions so far I have created. All 5 functions I'm gonna use later. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to save this function library in external drive, like in my hard drive, in my computer, in my desktop or somewhere, not in the QTP. I have to save in external place, not in QTP, outside of the QTP somewhere, so some other people can use it, or I can share with someone. Like how I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna save from file, save as. Now it's giving you option where you're gonna save. I wanna save in desktop, like I have to select desktop. You can save any place, but remember, always remember where do you save. Desktop. I'm gonna create a folder. The folder name is function, or something else you can give. In the function, I'm gonna give the function name. This is the flight function, flight. I save it. Make sure the function library has extension you need to memorize. .qfl or .vvs or .txt is the extension of function library, like .xls or .docdoc is for Word document or Excel document. So same like flight function library document is like .kfl, .vvs, .txt. So I save the flight. Save done. Now whenever I create my script, my repository is created also, object repository. So I need to save the object repository, because without object repository my script or my function not gonna work. QTP not gonna recognize any object without object repository, because I did record and playback. If I don't do record and playback, if I do descriptive programming, then I don't need object repository. But for right now, I created my script using record and playback, so object repository I need to save. So this is my local object repository, that means inside in the QTP. I have to export this local object repository in my computer, so I want to make shared object repository. How? If I click on file, you're gonna see that export this local object repository. Where? Now I'm gonna give where, like same way, the folder I have created in desktop function I'm gonna save in the same place. You can save any place, but you have to remember where do you save. The desktop function, I'm gonna give the name like flight underscore or. So it has extension .tsr. You have to memorize that. Shared object repository extension .tsr is the interview question. Sometimes interviewer they're gonna ask you what's the extension of shared object repository. If you work a few years, if you have good experience, you should know that. Save it. Now close that. So I saved my function library, I saved my object repository. Now you can close your computer, you can close your QTP or whatever. It doesn't matter, because you saved everything. So everything I'm closing, and I am opening a new test. This is a new test. I close everything. So now I have brand new test, empty test. My object repository is empty here. Empty, you see that? Empty. Everything is empty. I don't have anything right now. Like next day or next week you open your QTP to run your function. Okay, so this test is not associated with any function or not associated with any repository. So if you give the function name right now, QTP not gonna recognize your function, because QTP need to read the function whatever you saved in your computer, and QTP need to read the repository whatever you save in your computer. So you have to give address, where is the function and where is the repository, object repository. You have to give those two address in QTP, and QTP gonna read those function from your computer and gonna run here, and QTP gonna read the object repository whatever you saved in your computer, and then QTP gonna run here. Okay, so first you have to associate the function library. How? From the file you have to go settings and you have to click on resources. And you see here associated function libraries. So you have to click on plus sign. So you want to add or you want to associate. You have to give the address. Click on here and look, whatever the function library I saved in my computer, flight. I click on flight, click on open. So it's associated in QTP. I just gave the address. Hey QTP, this is the address for the function. So find out my function from my computer and run it. So I'm saying that, right? Apply and click on OK. So my function is associated with this test. If I click on new test again, I have to do again. Every time if you're gonna create open new test, you have to associate again. Okay, so now one more thing I need to do. I need to associate the object repository with the test. Resources, associate repository. Remember, I saved the object repository in my computer. I gave the name flight underscore OR. Okay, I'm gonna associate this object repository with QTP. Plus sign. You see it? Flight underscore OR dot TSR. This is my object repository, right? Association is done. It asking me that you want to associate with which action. I want to associate with action 1 because only one action is available here, and associate is done. Click on OK. So my function library is associated with this test, my object repository is associated with this test. Now I'm gonna give only the function name. You remember was the function I created? First function I created open, second function I created login. Case sensitive, whatever you give the function name, you have to give exactly the same name. Third, I created create underscore order. Fourth, I created empty order. Remember? Fifth, I created close underscore app. Those 5 functions I have created. Now I'm not gonna write again this script. I'm not gonna record anything because my script is created once and then I created my function. I'm just gonna run it because I need to run again. It's easy right now for me, right? I'm gonna run it. QTP gonna read the function from my computer right now. Read it. You see that? QTP is reading the function from my computer and then running here. Life is so easy. Great. Perfect. So successfully all functions are run well, right? So this is the way to create function and run. I'm gonna write all steps again for you guys. First, what I did, number 1, I'm gonna create a bigger font. So number 1, whatever I create script using record. After create the script, I run script to check working properly or not. Third, I open a function library. Fourth, I copy all script or whatever the part of the script you need to create function. The script and paste in function library. Fifth, what I did, create different function using function and function with function name. 6, what I did, save function in computer from QTP. 7, save object repository in QTP in computer from QTP. Open, close everything basically. open a new test, and then associate function library with new test, associate object repository with new test, and write all the function name run. So this is the process, 13 steps you have to follow to do a whole thing. So you guys can look at the video again if you don't understand, and then you can follow all those steps, and you're gonna create all those functions successfully. I hope so. Thank you so much today. That's it. Bye bye.